Hey, LeBron, how do you view tonight's performance and loss in the context of this season and this last week and change? And how do you, as a leader, what message do you send to your teammates?
I mean, obviously, it's a tough loss, obviously, in the sense of, we wanted to, get back into the winning ways. But we don't come into the game expecting anything but everybody's best. And, second half, for the majority of the second half, we got the best out of Portland. They shot the ball extremely well from the three. I mean, they started the game 0 for 11 from three, and from that point on, they went 10 for 21 or 10 for 20, 10 for 21 from the three-point line in the second half. So, and then our turnovers, obviously 28 points off 21 turnovers, is a killer. Every time we turned the ball over, majority of them was me. It was almost like pick sixes. We didn't get a tackle on a defender who intercepted the ball. They basically ran it in for a touchdown every time. So that's not the ingredients for winning basketball.
Quick question about your knee. There was one play in transition where it looked like you kind of got grabbed. I just wondered if that affected you at all and how the knee held up in this.
No, that didn't affect me, but I felt it a little bit. Kind of got grabbed from behind. Going full speed by Justice, and kind of took a wrong step and felt it a little bit. But it didn't affect me for the remainder of the game. It was just a little sore for a couple possessions.
LeBron, to get back to the turnovers, obviously no rust tonight. Roles change again on this team. How would you pinpoint kind of where that came from? I know this has been a high turnover team, but what was the issue tonight on that side with that aspect of the game?
I don't know. I mean, some of it was unforced, some of them was forced turnovers. We just got to be better with the ball. A few of my turnovers was just, I don't want to say careless, but the last one that I had was actually an unbelievable play by Dennis Smith. We had a 2-on-1, and he was trying to chase down Taylor, and I threw the bounce pass, and same time the bounce pass was happening, he turned around and kind of just, got his hand, and they came down and hit a three, and that's another one of our pick sixes. But, I take accountability for that. It starts with me, being a point guard of tonight's team, and, and then trickle down to everybody else. So take full responsibility of that.
LeBron, I know you don't play fantasy basketball, and it's not your control here, but what do you view tomorrow's deadline in terms of significance for this team, even if it's not necessarily what type of change on the roster can have, just the mental block, if there is any, that it's weighing on this group?
I mean, obviously, obviously it's something that's weighing on this group that we're trying to all, get through. Almost feels like it's, like fog. It's just fog in the air, and we're all trying to see what's on the other side of it. And, obviously, I take today, take tomorrow like any other day, and if something changes, then I'll approach it. But I'm literally just, I'm tired as hell right now. I just want to, get some wine and get into bed and wake up tomorrow and feel good about what tomorrow has in store. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as far as the deadline. But other than that, I'm kind of just focused on what we can do to be better.
To follow up on that, LeBron, when you talk about being tired, I mean, obviously the last stretch has been rough on your body. But are you just talking about?
No, I'm sleepy, tired. I'm sleepy. That's what I'm talking about.
But this fog they're talking about with the deadline coming up, just the mental fatigue of that. When do you feel like that really started coming on? And
no, listen, the mental fatigue is always a part of the season. I mean, it's a marathon, it's a long season that happens, and it's even more of a fatigue when you're losing ball games. I mean, so that's the mental side of it. But just staying as sharp as possible. Keeping your mind, into how we can get better, how we can be more prepared, how we can have less breakdowns, both offensively and defensively. So that, as far as the mental side for me, that never changes. I never get to a point where I'm just out of it. Or if I'm on the floor, I'm into it the whole time, unless I'm not playing or I'm not active. So I'm not worried about that.
LeBron, you said a couple games ago after the Knicks game, you said you told Russ that he could text you later that night. I'm just wondering, have you connected with him over these last couple of days, kind of as everything's been going on? And,
Yeah, I have.
And then, like, where do you feel like he's? I have a feeling you're not going to divulge a whole lot of like dialogue, but like, could you contextualize kind of where he's at with everything's out there about him, and obviously the deadline coming up and.
I mean, he wants to be better, and he wants to do what put us in a position where we can win ball games, and with him on the floor, he wants to, make plays. He wants to, lead his team like he's capable of doing it, like he's done in his career. He wants to prove to himself that, he knows he belongs on a championship ball club or someone that's inspiring to be a championship ball club. But those are my guesses. I'm not going to tell you exactly our dialogue, but those are my guesses because I know the person that he is. I understand that he knew and we know what we're all here for. So I just hate that where we are right now, and it hasn't kind of worked out that way 2/3 through the season.